question, I want to just urge political leaders in the country to make responsible statement. We shouldn't talk about violence. We shouldn't, you know, words are a spirit. You cannot continue to say after the 2021 elections we are going to have violence. It's like somebody that was talking about Armageddon, and after that we saw the markets being bent and the like after that. But I want to state one thing. Zambia is a Christian nation. Zambia is a peaceful country, and the peace of this country will remain, and the Zambian people will remain peaceful even after the 2021 elections. This I declare. Now, the best time to enter into alliance is that first and foremost you need to agree with the policies of a particular political party that you are entering in an alliance with. Secondly, there are very few genuine political alliances that are entered within this country. That's the reason why that we've seen that the opposition political parties, it has been difficult for political parties from the opposition side to have a consolidated alliance. Remember very well that prior to the 2011 elections, there was a very strong alliance. And that strong alliance did not yield the fruits because a particular leader wanted to be a leader. When he was younger to the leader that formed the government in 2011. So when you look at the motives as well as us, it is us, the leaders, to assess ourselves and humble ourselves and allow God to lift us. The challenge that we have in this country is that many leaders would want first and foremost before they enter in a particular alliance to know what is there for them.
Is it wrong?
Let me state one thing. You are removing the interests of the Zambians. And on that point, I intend to agree with my brother Sondo.
You intend to agree with him?
On that point, you understand? The first thing that you need to look at is the Zambian people. And I want to state one thing. Having served as a clergyman for 23 years before I joined politics, I'm one leader that understands what it means to offer voluntary leadership services. I have been a pastor and I've served as a pastor. I've never drawn a salary from my church. And when, for me, I'll speak for me, when I was entering into an alliance, God is my witness, I did not produce a term sheet to the Patriotic Front to say, these are my conditions. I want to work with you. I want to promote the ideologies of the Patriotic Front, but this is what I want for my people, for this, for this. No, no. So what I want to state is this. Genuineness must be at the center of politics. No wonder as New Congress Party we are talking about creating a better change by redefining the art of politics. Service to humanity should be paramount.
Thank you. Thank you, President Chanda. President Tonga, what do you think is making political alliances to fail? You earlier said there's too much noise. And at one point you said other political parties are not willing to buy into your idea or the vision of forming a once alliance and fielding one candidate in 2021. What is it that you think is making these political parties not to be willing to enter into an alliance?
Yeah, I think on Craig's point, I mentioned of the word of violence. Let me clarify. When I said violence, what I meant here is that political parties, when elections are over, they tend to build their own followers, that there's a tendency of stealing votes. You must recall that the Republic of Zambia is undergoing through difficulties in terms of poverty and illiteracy, and then the politicians will take advantage of that to mislead the people, and they will tell them, no, our votes have been stolen, when in actual sense, no votes have been stolen, and the people would believe and start following that. And in violence, you will find that few people suffer and pay the price. Now, what do I think is making people not to believe that or get involved into forming alliances? As I mentioned earlier on, that it's not about an alliance, it's about the people of Zambia. What is it that we want to see for this great nation? Is being divided benefiting anybody? The answer is no. Therefore, what do? It's high time we begin to think of how we can work together as a people. We are too much divided. And if a leader feels he or she cannot do that, then I begin to wonder why they are there. At the end of the day, it is the Zambian people, it is Zambian citizen who pays the price. As you can see, I think I'm speaking out of very deep pain. I can feel it, what is coming ahead of ourselves in 2021. We've been at the center of confusion as politicians. That is obvious in the name of democracy. And it's all politicians who benefit and enjoy their own lives. So what I'm trying to say here, my emphasis is that whatever a leader of a political party is, we just have to do away with our self-centeredness and focus on how best we can team up as a people and work together. My pain is that we can't imagine another 5 years under PF administration. And that is most likely coming ahead of ourselves if we remain divided. So obviously people are selfish. People want to live their own lives. Even in a compound where you live, other people, others enjoy when they buy a chicken today, so that, they show it around that we've bought a chicken. So these individuals are human beings coming from background of different homes, others broken homes, and they're ending up forming up political parties. So those could be some trends that are making them not to
Thank you, President Tonga. Your 3 minutes up.
Thank you very
President Sondo, what do you think is making political parties or political party leaders not willing to work together or to form an alliance? You've mentioned that you've mingled with different presidents of different political parties without forming an alliance, but you are just there talking to them. After that, you go back as UBZ. What is it that is making UBZ to fail or not to come together with other presidents that you've mingled with and say, let us strike a balance and form an alliance?
I think I want to put this on record, and Zambia listening. Let's remind the people of Zambia that what we are discussing here is about the alliances. And as far as much as I'm concerned, as I know, in Zambia, currently, there's not any political party that is in alliance. And this is on record.
But NCP is in an alliance.
Yes, this is what I'm trying to put on the record. When we started that, my brother is talking about alliance, I was part of it. And we are the people who campaigned for Edgar Lungu, starting from 2015 until 2016. By then, I was a Secretary General for President Dr. Cosmo Mumba. And if we go back to the records, it's there. Those who can Google, for you listeners who are listening, you'll see that when we went into these campaigns, our slogan, or what we are telling the people, was endorsement. We are telling the people of Zambia that us as this political party, we've endorsed this. So when we talk about endorsement, it's coming into the relationship whereby you say that we want to work with these people because we've seen what they've done and what they can do and what we can also contribute to these people. So if you look at that statement, that was not about the issue of alliance. We were all endorsing. By then, UBZ was not yet formed. So what brings political parties to fail to come together to make alliance? It is the selfishness of the leaders. Because all leaders, they want to be the leader. For example, as our brother has given us, that he came up with an idea whereby he wants to form an alliance where all political parties. I was also one of the people that he contacted. You found that he has come up with an idea, But now let's look at that idea. What do we want to achieve as political parties on behalf of the people of Zambia, the majority people who are suffering? You find that there's no solution, but what you hear is people to say, we want to remove the PF. But people, they are not telling the Zambians, if today we remove the PF, what will be the solution? Who are we going to put there? What is it going to do for the people of Zambia? So that is making political parties to fail to come together, because people, they have their own their own selfishness of doing things. But if political party can say, this is the ideologies of UBZ in terms of maybe agriculture, the other political party comes with these ideologies, we put them together with it. This, if we implement it, we are going to help the people of Zambia. Then the people of Zambia are the ones now supposed to buy into what we have. But what we see today, just as we are just talking about these alliances, it is there just for a person to have his gain. You see?
Thank you, President Sondo, for your submission. President Chanda, how difficult or easy is it to convince members of a political party if a leader wants to enter into an alliance? Is it difficult or easy to tell your members, your structures, to say, guys, moving forward, we are supporting this political party?
Well, for me, let me be able to state, I, for one, with the new Congress party, I can just tell you about my hierarchy about the leadership. I've got 3 vice presidents. I've got Samuel Evans as vice president administration. I've got the newly appointed political affairs, who is Mr. Amos Nyirenda. And I've got corporate affairs vice president and international relations, Dr. Andrew Mumba, and the national chairman. So for us as new Congress party, we sit together with the leadership and agree. And in 2016, when we entered into an alliance with the Patriotic Front, we had agreed. And the first call that came for us to sit down and agree, and I remember it was the ZDDM president, Mr. Sakala. He did not call me direct, but he called my national chairman, who is Mr. Joseph Sambambi, who comes from Northwestern Province. And then we sat down and deliberated. We called other few leaders and agreed. From there, we announced to our members to say, this is it. We got feedback, and our members stated, we can go ahead. Because first and foremost, what we need to come to terms with reality as political leaders is that first and foremost, you need to be consolidated on the ground across the country. That's why you saw, even PF, they entered into several alliances. If you remember, when they formed, PF was formed, they had entered into an alliance with BY, which was ZRP. They entered into an alliance, they formed National Democratic Focus. All those are attempts which you make. In the long run, you are mobilizing the party, and the party is growing and whatever. So it is easy. The challenge is, and when you see people singing about, no, people are entering into an alliance for political benefit and to benefit themselves individually, you understand? It's because that is what maybe is in the mind of certain leaders, is that when you enter into this alliance, the first thing that you have to look at is yourself. But I want to state this. Leadership must be seen even when you are just a party leader. For me, I know the gift that God has given me. I go out of my way to support my members every day. I've got a secretariat. You come to my office, you find there is a line of people, everyday people that need support on a daily basis. My media team can confess that. You can come to my office. You can go to Registrar of Societies to check our accounts record. You are going to see how much money I spend on people. So secondly, I want to state, it is very easy. First and foremost, you as the leader, you must be able to demonstrate. In fact, I forgot. From the people that are still solid,
your 3 minutes is up.
Front, even Dr. Cosmo Mumba is still in the alliance with the Patriotic Front.
Okay, thank you so much. President Tonga, you've written to several political parties asking them to buy into the idea of forming an alliance. And let me pose the question. Why didn't you wait not until the first round of 2021? Because you've said no political party as an individual, a president of a particular political party can win the 2021 election. Why didn't you wait for the first round? If you see that people have not, no president has garnered 50+1, then you strike a deal of entering into an alliance so that 50+1 is achieved.
You are further dragging me into the mud. I think.
Yes, because you are already in the mud.
I feel it's not. I feel it's not. It's not important. But for the sake of this platform, I'll continue discussing it. It shouldn't be centered on me as ENOCH Tonga, that because I wrote, and then I should wait. It's not about waiting. This is a call that I strongly believe that God Almighty has bestowed upon me, and I'll continue doing it. So the efforts which are being done, we have done, will continue to the best interest of the people of Zambia. Waiting for tomorrow isn't the right thing. What it simply means here is that you build with time. It's on record. Even what I'm saying here is being put on record. So what happens that next year, when that time comes, you shall say, he said it. Okay, so I think what is central for me, what is important for me is that we're not helping anybody. As a nation, as a people, as leaders, it's our division and destroying the Republic of Zambia. Simple as that. It was going to be very important. One, Dr. Edgar Chagwa shows leadership in unifying the Republic of Zambia. He hasn't done that. Two, we on the opposition, we're supposed to show unity of purpose as leaders and interest to serve the people of Zambia. That's very important. So at the end of the day, the people of Zambia have got two choices, ruling party and the opposition. That's why I said at first, it's not necessary for me to mention whether we need to change the government or not, because it only makes a lot of sense when there's concrete position that leaders take. So when Zambians have got A and B, they make better decisions. So I'm looking forward to a situation where we get to a point as a people that we can remain united. Bemba say, ulukuni lumo talwaka. That's inkuni. In English, I would say maybe one firewood do not lit fire or cannot cook anything. So we need to be united. That's my language, and that language goes to everybody else, meaning that we must be seen to work as a team. If a nation remains united, we are okay. But look, we are here as a republic in the name of politicians. Go to parliament, it's all confusion. The political circles, it's all confusion. It's greedy. But I've mentioned these things come from the background and bets of different leaders, why they've thought of joining the political parties. My writing, my engaging, my meeting, my calling of these leaders is only to make them see that there is need here to work as a team, because the peace of the Republic of Zambia is in danger. As I've mentioned here, we are three of us. So already if you go out and ask the voter who are going to give a vote amongst these three people, he or she is already confused. So my emphasis again, it is not about ENOCH Tonga writing, whatever it is. My emphasis is about the people of Zambia and the peace of this great nation.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. We are running out of time. I'll give a minute each. Your concluding remarks, President Sondo, on the alliance.
Yes, having this program, we really appreciate the people of Zambia. And when you look at, I want to appreciate my brother Chanda for acknowledging that even at his office, he almost received a lot of people who are looking for a help, meaning things are not okay in the country. That's why people, they troop at his office looking for help. And I appreciate because he's able to help those people. And this is what I said. Go around and see what the ministers under the PF and the MPs are doing. They are every day trying to help people. They are doing a good, recommendable job. But this is acknowledgement to show that its government has failed, and now they are taking it upon themselves to help the people of Zambia. So for this, we should understand that the people of Zambia are suffering. That's why every time they are knocking on our offices and our doors so that they can get help. Thank you.
Thank you so much. President Chanda, your concluding remarks on the alliances?
Well, let me state one thing. The Zambian people need to know one thing. Zambia is not there to change leadership at any given point. There is always a time which is ripe for a change of government. At the moment, we need to understand what is the role of government. Is government supposed to pay people money every day whilst they are seated and sleeping at their homes? New Congress Party, we stand to promote peace, unity, and productivity. Under productivity, we want every Zambian to work hard. I come from a theological background, and in there, the Bible says a laborer is worth his wages. And it says, be lazy, sleep on, and you will go hungry. And a lazy person should not be given any food. So the Zambian people need to know, if you want to change your life and better your life, work hard. We all come from a land. We've got land in our own villages. And Zambia is sitting on the market. And I'm talking about the agriculture policy of NCP. Zambia is sitting on the market of grain to the neighboring countries. We need to till the land and be productive, and know that government is there to provide services in hospitals and services in terms of roads, services in terms of water and sanitation. But you as a parent, you as a father, you have a duty to provide for your children and build an inheritance for your children's children.
Thank you so much. President Tonga, your concluding remarks on the alliances.
Once again, too much noise in the Republic of Zambia. I emphasize, above all, let the will of God be done. It is God who chooses leaders. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. This has been Blunt Talk, Monday's edition. Many thanks to President Enoch Roosevelt Tonga of the Third Liberation Movement, the President. President Peter Chanda Pastor, New Congress Party, many thanks to you, President. President Hector Sondo of the United for Better Zambia, many thanks to you, President. On behalf of Mavuto Piri, producer, I said Risi Nkonjera, my director, as well as Christopher Trobish and Obvious Kapunda. My name is Kelvin Tabula, Chief Focal. If this is when you've just joined us, wasangana today. Good night.
This is Zambia, Christian nation. Yeah, yeah. Give us, you give us. This is Zambia, the home of copper. This is Zambia, Christian nation.